Every day it's pretty much like this. I was hoping to do a lot more while I was here, but the weather's just been all over the show. It's just come to be right now, but it's gonna go back to being wet again. So yeah, I'm disappointed that I didn't quite do exactly what I was planning because of the weather. Sound like I'm bitching and moaning a lot about weather, aren't I? But it's just the way it is. You can't do much outside when it's wet and damp. I'm probably in Thailand by now. We're probably doing the tourist thing, showing the parents around, and well, right now we're probably back in Nongki just doing some stuff around there, and the parents are meeting up with the kids and things like that. Anyway, I get a lot of comments saying that I should stay, which is all very nice and stuff like that. But without bashing New Zealand too much, all I can say is I'll just give you an example. I went to Countdown on the first couple of days when I was here, and I was just looking at the cost of everything, how much everything is, and I saw the sweet corn, and it reminded me of me buying sweet corn at the market, because my kids, they're fussy on vegetables, and they're just very fussy on eating vegetable like most kids, but they love their sweet corn. So when I was looking at sweet corn, I was thinking about the kids. The sweet corn was a vacuum sweet corn, and it was just one. Sun's just coming up now. And it was $4 for one sweet corn. Now this sweet corn was pretty small. It was half of the batch was rotten or rotting away. You can buy other sweet corn as well, like frozen sweet corn that's in a bag. They're about $4 as well. Anyway, and I was thinking, well, $4 for sweet corn, that's what I can get now at this time of year. You can grow your own sweet corn, but that would normally take 4 months, but with all the rain and coldness that we have, it might not produce any good sweet corn. Anyway, but we're not talking about that. And I was thinking, well, $4 for one rotten sweet corn, a small size sweet corn. Back in my town, we've got all these local growers and local cooks and stuff. I can buy 2 sweet corns, which are 95 cents for a batch of 2 sweet corns, and they are cooked already. So the the quality's better, it's cheaper, and yeah. And even though I'm just talking about sweet corn, I'm not referring to just food. I'm referring to the quality of life back in Thailand. I've been living in New Zealand most of my life for well over 30 years, and I've never lived anywhere else besides from New Zealand. I mean, I was born in another country, but I can't remember much of that. But I lived here for most of my life. So when you go overseas and you live there for 1 year, and then you start comparing countries to countries, it makes you think, I've just had a friend that is living in Melbourne right now because of work. She's there for 6 months, and she really loves it there. She might not even come back. So yeah. Now just going back to the comments, like, oh yeah, I should stay. I mean, I would love to stay if the condition is good. If it's attractive to stay, I would love to stay. But life in Thailand is pretty good. It's pretty luxury at the moment, and New Zealand just can't beat that at this stage. What I mean is, I did have a serious think about it. I even went to some open home while it was raining. Went to a few open homes, have a look. And while I was there looking at the rooms and the living room, bedroom, kitchen, looking around the property, I was going back to that sweet corn. I was like, hang on, this house that I'm looking at is about 450,000 New Zealand dollars. The foundation's a little bit rotten. The roof's got a bit of a leak. It's a bit cold, it's a bit damp. It's a bit mouldy. And I'm paying that much for it. And also the room's a bit small. Another thing is that the land is a little bit small as well, and that I've got to pay for rates. And now thinking back to my house that I've got at the moment, it's just only, well, one of them is only 30,000 New Zealand dollars, the other one is 80,000 New Zealand dollars. The one that's 80,000 New Zealand dollars is what people consider there is a premium house. It's good quality. Because it's built new, nothing's broken, everything's comfortable, everything looks good. And I don't have to pay any rate, and I'm mortgage free there. So why would I want to come back and get in the property ladder and living in a house that's rotting away and also damp and cold? Because New Zealand is, I never noticed this before until I came back, it's quite a cold place. You can probably see it now, my camera's starting to fog up. You can see it on camera, my camera's starting to fog up. That's how damp and cold it is. So yeah, another thing is school, kids' school. Of course they're back at school, they've been back for over a month now. And they had to get used to it, but they are now used to it. At the beginning of the school term, we went to this thing called, just to meet the parents and meet the teachers. It was like a meeting. They were explaining their programs and what they're going to teach. And I remember strongly that these teachers, they said, our school is the best. We've got the best programs, we've got the best facility, we've got the best teachers. Our school is the best in Nongi, because when they have this kind of international school level, it's a competition with all the other school. The more students, the more money they get for the school. And I remember that because I was thinking about the school in New Zealand, and you've got teachers there that's saying that this school is the best, and then you've got teachers in here saying we're going to go on strike. Now, which teacher is going to teach better? The one that's happy to be at work, or the teacher that's like, yeah, I'm going to go on strike, I'm not happy? Now, some are going on strike because of pay, but most of the teachers are well fed, they're they're in good health, so I don't think it's pay. I was talking to another person, and they've got a friend that is a teacher, and it's not the pay condition, because they do get paid well enough. But they just said it's the condition. It's all these naughty kids, swearing and abusive and bad parenting. That's the condition they don't like, and that's because of that they want to get paid more. That's what I understand. Could be a different story, but yeah, that's what I understand. So yeah, when my daughter went to my town, she couldn't read, but after 2 weeks she was reading. Amazed. I was amazed. I was rapt. She couldn't read, she hated books. 2 weeks in the new school she was reading. My son, he had a hard time. He was popular at school over here. Now he's popular at school over there, so I think he's settled down. But anyway, I will be back in another 9 months. Once the parents come back, you know, it will be another 8 months, because it will be time for another school holiday. So we're doing this alternative living with me, which we are doing 10 months in Thailand and 2 months in New Zealand. And that's better. Haven't had any sunshine for a while. And then when we're back here, we'll probably buy just a cheap vehicle just to get us around, and kids can see their old friend, my wife can see their old friend, I can see my friends, and yeah, we'll live here for 2 months, and we'll live back in Thailand for 10 months. Hopefully that's a win-win situation, because you know, just looking at this, looking at the rates, you add the rates, the insurance, the mortgage of interest. I mean, just 1 year of living in if I was to buy that property, 1 year of living there would have been the same cost as us flying here. But yeah, so we're living in Nongi, we're saving money, we're doing well, we're getting fed well. There's stuff to do around the area, so we're pretty happy. So yeah, we've settled down, and I'm still enjoying it. Once I stop enjoying something, I'm ready to move on.